What you are about to see is excerpted from my live stream of November 11th, 2023. And this is about cleaning records, but, well, you'll see. Just watch this. All right, let's see. What other new things we got? I got one other thing to talk about. But I saw, actually, no, on my phone, when I pull up Google search, they're always pulling up stuff to, it's clickbait to have me look into stuff. And then I saw a thing about how to clean your vinyl records. And it's like, well, you're talking to somebody whose YouTube videos, the most watched YouTube videos on my channel, are the ones that are about how to clean your vinyl records. Some of them have over 100,000 views. So I gotta click on this to see it. So I tapped it, and what did I get? Well, I got this thing from the Martha Stewart website. Yes, indeed. So let's go through this, shall we? This is called the right way to clean vinyl records on the marthastewart.com site. Now it's like, hey, cool. I mean, we know that Martha Stewart hangs out with Willie Nelson and with Snoop Dogg, and you never know, she probably gets high every once in a while because of her association with them. And then Martha Stewart, at the age of 80, posed on the cover of Sports Illustrated's swimsuit edition. But what does she know about cleaning records? Well, we're never going to find that out, because this was written by a Madeline Buyano. Let's see, who is she? She is the associate editor at marthastewart.com, sharing her knowledge on a range of topics, from gardening and cleaning to home and pets. Blah, 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 blah. And so let's take a look and see what Martha Stewart's publication has to say about cleaning records and see how good it is. Okay? So it says, while listening to your favorite tunes on a phone or CD is undoubtedly easy, for many, no audio format comes close to the rich, warm sounds of vinyl. Correct. While the sound is unparalleled, vinyl records can be extremely delicate. Even the smallest scratch or piece of dust can alter its quality. To prevent your records from damage, proper cleaning is essential. If you use the wrong technique or abrasive cleaning materials, you risk shortening the lifespan of your vinyl. To keep your collection pristine, here's how to clean vinyl records and what material to never ever use on them. So it says here, meet the expert. Okay, Phil Lee, director of Norman Records, which is a online site for a record store in the UK. So you folks in the UK take note. But then there's Alicia Sokolowski, president and co-CEO of Aspen Clean. Who is Aspen Clean? They are a manufacturer of cleaning products, mostly powders and liquids that are supposed to be good for the environment. So, I don't know. So, it talks about how important cleaning records are. Let's see. The guy who was at Norman Records says vinyl is a strange format in that it's both incredibly durable, which lasts for decades with proper care, and very fragile, which means the merest scratch in the wrong place can ruin your enjoyment of an album. Keeping your records clean is essential if you want to make the most of your durability and keep on enjoying your tunes as the artist intended, which is very, very true. I pull out records that I've been listening to for 50 years or more, and they sound fantastic if they're cleaned properly. So it says, when contaminants like dust and dirt accumulate on vinyl records, let's see, dirt or dust lodged in the record's grooves can cause your stylus to skip as it passes, disrupting what you're listening to. Okay, we all know that. But it says here, how often should you clean your vinyl records? An inspection of your records, which you should do every time you play them, Well, yeah, I look at them every time I clean them too. We'll typically tell you when cleaning is needed. If a record is visibly dirty or dusty, then always clean it. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I got to jump in here on that. Because every time that you play a record, you need to clean it. Because just taking it out of the jacket, you're exposing it to the elements. And if there's static electricity on the record, dust will be attracted to it. And that can cause noise on your record. Okay? Here's this wonderful thing. No, it's not a gun. Well, it's kind of a gun, but it's not something that can kill you. It's something that can help you. It's called the Zerostat. Now, this is something that you only have to buy once. It never wears out. It's got a crystal, a piezoelectric crystal in it. There's a lot of people that have water heaters in their home that do not require electricity because there's a piezoelectric crystal in there, and the pressure of the water provides electricity to keep the flame lit. So what this thing does is there's a little teeny needle in here, and there's a piezoelectric crystal in here that you can put pressure on by squeezing and letting go of this. Squeezing it releases positive ions. Letting it go releases negative ions. Okay? So what you do is when you pull out a record, so just for example, we'll pull out a brand spanking new copy of this wonderful album by Spudlok, which you can buy at bandcamp.com. You pull out this record and, you need to have the plastic sleeves. The paper sleeves don't help your records. But anyway, so like you'll pull out a record and you'll hear static electricity clicking and sparking on it, and you put it next to your arm and you'll feel the hairs on your arm stand up. So what you do, and there is a hair on this record that has been attracted to it. You see that? There's a hair on there, right there. So anyway, okay, got that hair right there. I'm going to point this less than a foot away, about 6 or 8 inches, and I very slowly squeeze and let go of this. And what that does is it neutralizes the static electricity on this record. Okay. So then, when you're done, that little hair that was on there just went flying away. But there are still little specks of dust on here. What you need to do is you need to invest in a carbon fiber brush. Okay. This is a brand that's popular in Europe, AM. They're from Norway. And I prefer this thing right here, which is the Audio Quest carbon fiber brush. Okay. Very fine bristles. Okay. And all you got to do is put this on the record, and as it turns, you just touch it with this. Don't press down, and let it go around like that. Okay. And pick up all of the dust and then pull it off like that. There's other videos on YouTube which will show you how to do that as well. Okay. So that is a good way to clean your records. Every time you put a record on, before you drop that needle, clean the dust off. It will increase the life of your records. You'll be thanking yourself for doing it for the rest of your life. So, let's get back to the thrilling Martha Stewart website, which has instructions on how to clean your vinyl records. Okay, going back to this. Okay. For your most played discs, a proper clean every few months is a good idea, even if they pass the visual inspection test. To prevent dust buildup altogether, gently wipe your records with an anti-static cloth or brush before and after every play, which is kind of a good thing, but to be more specific, deep cleaning your records is only necessary once. But every time you play your record, use the brush, clean it off. Back in the 1970s, there was a company called Diskwasher, and they had this thing, the Diskwasher brush. And it's got that trademark there, and you notice that there is a arrow on there. As a matter of fact, I used this in 2006 on the very first video I ever made for YouTube. This is kind of like a lint brush. You ever get one of those brushes that you would brush your sweater with and it would get all the lint off? It's because the fabric on here was pointed this way. And if you lightly take this along the record as it revolves, it will pick up dust. But this has a lot more friction than the carbon fiber brush, which means that this can induce static electricity even before you drop the needle on the record. So I still use this, but I use this to get dust off of records when I do deep cleaning. Say, for example, I go get a used record someplace at a garage sale or a garage sale for those of you in the UK. Or I go to a antique shop or a secondhand shop and I find a copy of Baby I'ma Want You by Bread, and you say, yeah, I want that. It's an oldie, but a goodie. Might help to seduce the ladies that I meet. So first of all, it's got this paper sleeve in it. Okay, we may want to keep that because it's a custom sleeve and you've got lyrics on here. So you pull out the record and oh my gosh, it's got fingerprints and everything on it. You got to give that thing a proper cleaning with a wet cleaner. And I'm not going to get into real deep details, but there's also things like ultrasonic cleaners. I've got an ultrasonic cleaner right back here. This is the Hummin' Guru. And I use that. Now, that thing costs $400, and an ultrasonic cleaner can cost you as much as $5,000 for a lot of the ones that are out there. But there's the Spin Clean. There is the Project cleaner. There's the VPI cleaner, which all are, a few $100s. There's also the Record Doctor, which is sold by Audio Advisor out in Michigan. Those are all excellent things to help you clean your records. That's deep cleaning. Once you get a record deep cleaned, then the only cleaning you have to do is every time you play an album, use a carbon fiber brush. It helps get the dust out. It helps make the record sound cleaner, and it will increase your enjoyment of your records. So let me take one last look at this Martha Stewart thing and check it out again. See if there's anything else that might be helpful on here. Let's see. Materials to avoid when cleaning vinyl. Let's see. Vinyl records should be cleaned with the utmost care, of course. Do not use abrasive scrubbers. Correct. Do not use alcohol or solvent-based products. And do not use tap water. Do not use common household cleaners. Do not use paper towels. And do not use high-pressure air. Yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense. Materials. Let's see. Oh, use something like the AM Clean Sound Vinyl Record Cleaner. Okay. Well, what is that? Oh, that's available on Amazon. You know what? I'm going to share that here. Let's go back and look at another thing. So it says that there is the AM clean sound vinyl record cleaner. Okay, I'm game. Let's check that out to see what it looks like. I see the brush, which is the same thing as this right here. Yeah, okay. And I see a little bottle of record cleaner, which you can spray into the air like that. And then there's that thing that says Stylus cleaner. Let's see if we can make that thing larger, okay? Take a look at that thing right there. Now, I may be wrong, but that looks like something to apply mascara to your eyes. No, you don't put that on your stylus. What the heck is going on here? Let me go back. Look at that thing. That can ruin your stylus. We got to talk about stylus care right now, okay? This is a stylus brush that I've had since the 1970s. This is made by the same company that made that old disc washer that I showed you a little while ago. That I put down right over here. Yeah. And this is a very tight, like a camel hair bristle. And the way that you clean your stylus, well, let's pretend that this is your stylus, okay? And it's coming down on your record. The way that you clean this is you take the stylus brush and you touch the very tip and then pull forward. Never go like this. Never go like this. Just go like this. Lightly brush it. It'll take the gunk off of your stylus. Now, there are other devices. I had it here. What happened to it? Oh no, did I lose it? I must have thrown it away. Well, anyway, there used to be this thing, and you can still buy it. There's this thing that you can buy. I think it's called the Onzow or the Osnow or something like that. But what it is kind of like a plastic or rubberized dome that has some sort of sticky material on it. And what you do is you just touch the tip of your stylus to this thing and let it go. And that takes the gunk off your stylus. However, if you buy one of those and you use it on a regular basis, replace it about once a year, because as time progresses, that sticky stuff on that little dome loses its effectivity, and more gunk can end up on your stylus than on the cleaner. So the most reliable way is with a stylus brush, okay? Don't get one that looks like a mascara applicator. Get one that looks kind of like this. Or there's one other. Hang on a second. I'm going to go run and get it. Okay, this is something that I carry with me when I do my DJing. Okay, I got a little Pelican case, and inside of this, oh, I've got all my little toys. I've got the old-fashioned Audio Quest carbon fiber brush. I have a couple of levels to make sure that my record players, my turntables, are level. I've got extra 45 RPM adapters. I've got a stylus alignment tool. And I've got a stylus gauge, so I can find out what the weight is on my stylus. And I also have a little teeny weeny screwdriver. But most importantly, I've got a tiny little stylus brush. Okay? A lot of stylus brushes look like this. Okay, you've got the handle, and this stuff up on top, that is the very fine hairs that you use to brush your stylus. And once again, pretending this is your stylus coming down onto your record, you take it like this. You rub like You just take it in one direction from back to front, and that will help to keep your records and your stylus clean, because the more precise that you're able to track the grooves of your record, the better your sound's going to be overall. And this depends on whether you're listening to classical music, jazz, rock and roll, or screamo punk. Anything that you listen to will sound better that way. So, enough of all of this. I've covered way too much. I've enjoyed myself ridiculously. So yeah, that's where I left it. And I'm probably going to make a update to my record cleaning routine, because it's changed a lot since the last time I made one of those videos. It's going to include the ultrasonic cleaner, the hum and groove that I saw in there, and I'm also going to talk about other ultrasonic cleaners as well, because there's a new one that's going to be coming out soon. So look forward to that in the near future. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Had a great time. Hope you did too. And go listen to some music. Hopefully on a nice, clean record. Or however you listen to music, just listen to music. Take care. Catch you later.